What is up, everybody? It is Wick here, and I'm in a Goodwill. I'm looking for things that I can buy and sell on eBay. So we're looking for the treasures, things that I can make some money. See the shelves here, pretty full. A lot of just knick-knacky type things. There's one of those zucchini, like veggie spiral makers. It makes like zucchini spaghetti. I actually picked that up today because I decided I wanted to try the zucchini spaghetti. So yeah, I ended up picking that up another day for myself. Here's a scale. Some scales are worth big money. That one was not in the greatest shape. Just gotta look up the names, look up the models. Bread maker is the same thing. I've made a lot of money on bread makers. Gotta get them at the right price. It's gotta be the right model. Otherwise they sit forever. Some of them I part out, sell the paddles for $20, $30. Especially if I'm getting them at a thrift store for $1 or $2, or a yard sale for $5 or less. Usually you can just make money on the parts. Again, you have to do research because that stuff can be saturated. There can be 100 people selling them and only, maybe 10 people every month looking to buy them. Eventually, it's just going to be hard to sell your item. Got a Starbucks cup up there, just a cheap plastic one from what I could tell. Just digging around here, making sure I don't miss anything. Checking that just to make sure it's not sports cards or Pokemon cards, Magic cards or something like that. Little plastic storage here. I actually should have bought that now that I'm thinking about it. $1.99. I could put my rubber bands and stuff like that I use for reselling in there. Make it a bit more organized. For $1.99, it would have been worth it. Got a case here. That case has been there. I don't know what it's for. It's empty. Some empty cases like that, though, can be great money. You just have to pay attention to them. Got some hair coloring, touch-up stuff. Some of that even I've mentioned many times, just out of production. Bars of soap can sell for $50 to $100. Certain brands. So people pay up for that stuff. Got a bunch of Nerf guns here. Unfortunately, priced really high. Didn't want to mess with them. I'm very picky with my Nerf gun purchases and flips. $10. I don't think even at that price it was worth it. A lot of that stuff is saturated. People pick it up at yard sales cheap and they can sell it at a cheaper price. Here I thought maybe this was alcohol, a little whiskey in here or something, but I'm pretty sure it's cologne. I've actually found alcohol at Goodwill before. I guess they didn't realize it was alcohol. Got a sealed elite pad book and microphone set. I've looked that up already. It's been sitting there for few days, if not a week now. Just not worth picking up to sell. There's a Candyland. That's a newer edition. I mentioned in possibly the last video that some of those vintage Candyland games from the 80s are worth selling. They'll sell for $50 in good condition. Worth picking up then. Got some bags of cars. Looks like Hot Wheels or Matchbox. Let me know in the comments, people who buy the Matchbox cars, if they're worth picking up. The Matchbox and Hot Wheels in bags like that for $6. Do you sell them loose? I know there's a lot of people just look at those bags and they can be like, oh, that car is good, that car is good. I just look for the red lines, the old red line cars. That's about all I know. If it's a really good deal, like a bag of like 40, 50 cars for $4 or $5, it's something I'll pick up and do a lot on, make some money. Got that Imaginext T-Rex there. I don't think that was worth picking up. So many of those Imaginext toys are just not worth picking up. Some are, though. I think there's a Black Panther like ride-on toy that's pretty small. It's worth quite a bit. Some Power Ranger stuff like that. It's good to know what's worth it and what's not. I picked up so many of those Imaginext and Hasbro figures. I just noticed that a lot of the vehicles and the play sets weren't selling well. But I did find this. It's a beginner Bible on cards for kids, $2.99. Looks like I can make about $20 profit on it. So we went ahead and grabbed that out of this Goodwill. Looks like the only thing I picked up in this Goodwill, unfortunately. No good shoes to pick up. No treasures, really. Just some basic items to flip. We're in another Goodwill now, and we're doing the same thing. Just going through these aisles. If you don't like going through aisles and looking at junk, if thrifting's not for you, that's for sure. Here's a wig for $2.99. Motown Tress. I probably should have just bought this. The comps were anywhere between $20 and $50 for certain wigs. That wig was not on eBay, so I didn't know the exact comps. I couldn't tell if it was new either. And a lot of the wigs were selling new for that price, so there wasn't a lot of profit in it, I don't think, anyway. But for $2.99, it looked clean enough. So I have friends that do cosplay and dress up and stuff for conventions. Maybe they could have used it. I ended up putting it back though. I didn't want to really deal with it, not knowing a whole lot about wigs. There's some wigs, they go for hundreds. I don't find them, and I noticed Goodwill prices a lot of wigs really high. I'm not sure why. Sometimes I see them for $40, $50. Here's some filters, kind of the same thing. I don't know if these are used or not. The problem with those filters are when you open them up, they're not sealed in plastic, and a lot of people just buy them, replace their old filter, put the old filter in the box, and then they just donate it. I don't know why people do that, but it happens all the time with all kinds of products. Like this product even, this KitchenAid beater here, well, not brand new. I thought it might be brand new. It's actually used. Somebody put an old beat up one in there, and probably their old one when they replaced it. This one ended up at Goodwill for $2.99. Would have been worth picking up to sell if it was new, but in the condition it was in, I put it back. No good silverware today. Over in the shoes, we got some of these weave shoes. Sunsteps is a brand that makes those kind of weave shoes. Good brand to look out for if they're in good condition. A lot of those weave shoes I find they're never in good enough condition. They're hard to fix up if they do have flaws. So shoes, yeah, what do we got? Not seeing, oh yes, the Red Wings, almost missed them here. These are in pretty good shape and they're a decent pair of shoes. I've sold this style before. Should be able to sell them about $50, $60. Make about $40 profit in the end on them. So that is an easy pickup there. We got some women's shoes I'm not recognizing as being valuable next to them. What do we got here? Croft and Borrow. Is that Meyer or Walmart brand? I can't even remember. We got some Hoka shoes right here. If these were in good shape, they would have been worth it. They're just crumbly, falling apart. And these all-terrain New Balance shoes I thought were going to be worth picking up. However, I looked up the model, the style. They're only selling for like $20 to $25. I think Goodwill had about 8 on them. I opted to pass on them. I got plenty of shoes to go through and list. Probably 200 pairs of shoes I need to list. Even listing shoes every week, I'm having trouble catching up with everything. So not looking to buy a $20 pair of shoes for $8. Not really seeing anything on these shelves, but we're looking anyway. Let me know if you see something that could have been valuable. I may have missed. Sometimes I just don't see stuff, especially when I'm recording. I seem to miss stuff a lot. Up here, I see this Witchblade Complete series. I'm like, that's kind of, an obscure show. Maybe that's worth picking up. $5.99. Looked it up. No, it was selling for like $7 new, I think, on eBay. There's also a Robin Hood BBC up there. Could have made a little bit of money, $20, pay $6, ship media mail, free shipping. It's just not worth my time to make that few of dollars, so I left that. We have some shoes at this thrift store. All shoes are $1, so I see these Sperry's, and I don't like to buy Sperry's because one of those brands, there's thousands of them on eBay. But when you can pick them up for $1, price them about $17, $18, $19, you can still make a good enough profit. They were clean, really not much effort into listing them. Up here, again, same story. I see these Saucony shoes. They are almost unworn looking here. So lower end pair of shoes, I've sold them before. 17, 18, $20 even plus shipping. You can make some decent profit getting them for $1. No work involved, no cleaning work. However, these Brooks shoes, they're missing the insole, beaten up, falling apart. Even for $1, they're not worth my time to try to make presentable because they're just going to have too many flaws, even with, taking 20 minutes to clean them and try to fix them up. So they get left on the shelf, looking through the bags of toys, trying to score. Found some amazing things in this thrift store. You just never know what's going to hit the shelves. People buy it so quick, though, you just have to get lucky. This woman just appeared in front of me. I'm like, where'd you come from? But children's books, some of those are even worth picking up. You got board games, 50 cents. It just opens up opportunities to make some money. Over here, we find a filter, $2, little bread and butter item. Sell it for about 20 bucks. So grab that. I'm going to make some money on it. And yeah, these bins are getting kind of empty. Usually they're packed a lot fuller than this, but that's okay. We still look. I found an Olympus Stylus Epic camera in here recently too. I think it was only $1. Kind of a crazy find. Got some wallpaper, some of the vintage wallpaper I like picking up. Some sort of George Foreman, maybe that was worth picking up. I'm not sure. Just kind of browsing around, waiting for this guy to move so I can get over, look at something I see here on the ground. But first I'm looking at these ski boots. Unfortunately, not a good model. Some of the models are good. Got this Orc vacuum. They want $20 for it, which is shocking for this thrift store. That's a really high price. Maybe if it was $5, some sold for like $60, but most of them were listed for like $30, $35. Paying $20, just not worth it to me. Looking through the medical stuff, hoping to find some sort of little medical device. Some of them worth quite a bit of money, but you got to be careful because a lot of this stuff you're not allowed to sell on eBay. So check first, make sure you're not selling any kind of medical thing that you're not allowed selling. Usually eBay just removes it, kind of gives you a warning. But here we have some hats, picked up 25 cents a piece, a politically incorrect hat probably for 2022. And we got a Desert Storm hat, 25 cents a piece. You might be able to sell them for like $15 a piece. Filters, 20. I got these shoes. I'll probably list them for like $20, $25. Same with the Sperry's. So in this cart, it's some pretty decent profit for spending pretty much nothing really. So happy to come in, happy to find the deals. But we're going to keep going now, try to find, something else. And we go to Salvation Army and there's this vintage Super Bowl sweatshirt, 1988. I should make about $20 profit on this in the end. A lot of the vintage stuff, I pick up because it's cool for one thing, plus it can be valuable. Looking through the shoes at Salvation Army now, trying to find something I can flip. I've had very good luck in Salvation Army with their shoes. Been pretty dry recently though. Looks like we got some of those Nike shoes there. Some of them I looked up the model number on the tag, like these, and these were pretty bad shape. They actually look pretty good in this preview footage I'm looking at. But for, what was it, $10 there, these had problems, and they're only about a $30 pair of shoes. But over in this back room, I come and I see something right away. I'm like, oh, this could be really good. And literally in the last video, I think it was, I complained I never find good RC. This is a Lincoln Navigator, has the remote, and it's 20 bucks. I'm like, I don't know if it's in good enough shape. It's probably not worth a whole lot. It's going to have to be at least worth over $100 for me to pick up. Well, it's worth about $400. The last one that sold, it sold for $380 plus shipping with the remote and working. I have tested it. It is working. It's got some batteries with it. I even found a bag over here on the rack of more batteries and chargers. So I ended up buying that as well. And here is like a remote control RC plane, actually not worth money, but this Garmin is. This Garmin sells for $75 on eBay. It's only $7.99. It's in great shape. So yeah, things are turning up today now in Salvation Army. Going to be a great flip on that. Unfortunately, well, I don't know. I can't remember if I found anything else. We got some irons, some little vacuums, some bread makers that aren't really the models I want to buy. Oh, I did find this Jvc wireless headset. I think I'll make about $20 profit on that. $7.99. Went ahead and picked it up. Unfortunately, it's not Sony. I usually sell the Sony ones for like 40, 50 bucks, it seems like. So, oh, here's some New Balance shoes I also found. These were a close pickup. I did end up picking them up though. I'll make about $20 profit on them. They're fairly clean. I just need to wipe them down really quick. So, also size 13, which matters. The larger sizes in shoes seem to be more unique. People turn to eBay to look for them. So with all those, I ended up picking them up. Got some graphic novels here. Walking Dead, George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones books. Unfortunately, all of that stuff was not worth picking up. I've done some research. Some of the Walking Dead early stuff like that is pretty valuable, if I remember correctly. But we're just checking the books, making sure there's not anything I want to pick up. And there is down here a Stephen King Dark Tower hardcover. So I buy these when I see them, and I do lots. I'm trying to get all of the Dark Tower series. It sells for quite a bit of money on eBay, the hardcovers. So I pick them up at yard sales, thrift stores when I see them. Paid $3 for it, so eventually we'll make some money on that. And I just have to find the rest of them. I think I got about 4 books now, so pretty good. We got some mugs. Didn't want to buy any of those. Here's an Outburst Bible edition I ended up picking up. You make about $20 on this. I've sold it before on Amazon. It's a good Amazon seller. So I grabbed that, and there's a Mind Trap down there. You can make some money on those on Amazon as well. That one was in pretty good shape. I opted to not buy it. I think they wanted $5 for it, which for some reason I just didn't want to pay $5 to maybe make 15. Plus I didn't know if all the cards were there, so I just I don't have time to really mess with that. If it would have been like $40 or $50 profit, I would have picked it up. Just checking the Halloween and Christmas stuff here, because you never know what they'll put out after the seasons are over. You don't want to miss any amazing mask, any amazing vintage Christmas items, blow molds, anything like that. But the winner of the day is definitely this Lincoln Navigator. It should make about $300 on it. But that's it for the video, everybody. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button for me on the way out. Make sure you're subscribed. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.